But
The new thing.
yeah, let's think of trying to be corny. I'm not sure.
Welcome back. Welcome to the Lidat podcast, aka Look at the Thing podcast. That's too long of a fucking name. My name is Sam. You can call me Papi. This is my co-host Jose. You can call him sister if you want, because gender is a social construct. How the fuck are you doing, Jose?
I'm fantastic. Fantastic. How are you?
I am, just
Chilling. Chilling
in
like
New
a
Zealand
villain.
here. Yeah, man. I'm busy here, just shooting Call of Duty and whatnot. How's your quarantine going?
Honestly, it's not as bad as I thought because I'm basically outside like 6 days a week because I have
Okay.
work from Monday to Friday, and then Saturdays. Saturdays or Sundays usually I just go to the city and I start taking pictures.
Listen, bro, this is a celebration.
This nigga corny as hell.
It's Corona
Yo,
time.
yo, it's not corny, bro. Yeah.
Listen, I'm excited to be back. You're not excited to be back? Listen, bro. I'm vibing right now. You see this? Got some scented candles right now. Vibing.
This nigga weird.
Got a
I'm excited to use
got a
my
whole cup of
microphone.
water. Got a hold on.
I'm chilling. I got my microphone here. Ooh. My baby, my sexy thing.
What do you call him? What do you call her? It.
Not yet.
You don't have
Because
a name for it?
her name is Audio Technica. Right, Audio Technica.
I call it Technica.
Technica.
Technica. There you go.
Technica. Oh my god.
So, what do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about things going on in the media, or do you want to talk about?
What the fuck is going on in the media? Other than,
Have you seen the Cuomo brothers talk?
I don't pay attention to all that shit.
That shit is
Wow.
the funniest thing in the world, bro. So, Governor Cuomo is obviously the governor of New York,
Okay.
and his brother is works for the news, and I was doing like an interview or whatever like that, and the guy was asking, he's like, so do you want to be president of the United States? He's like, Cuomo was like, no. He's like, have you thought about becoming president of the United States? And he was like, no. And then he was like, will you ever think about you having run for president of the United States? And he was like, no. And then then the brother was like, how are you gonna say something that you're not gonna ever think about? He's like, because I know, and these are stupid questions. I don't know how you got this job. I was like, oh, this guy is funny. This guy is funny, man.
I don't know what else is going on in the media other than Cuomo not liking reporters. I mean, reporters are annoying. They've always been annoying.
The whole thing with the media right now is like I don't know. Like I feel like it's scaring people. I mean, it is a scary thing. Right now, what we're living through is unprecedented. This is something that's like this 9/11 all over again for us. With how it's affecting the whole world and whatnot. But it's like we know we're gonna get past this.
Mm-hmm.
We know we're gonna get past this, but people want to make this like the end of the world or whatever, and that's pretty bad now. Like what? We've lost 700,000 jobs across the United States right now. There's almost 1 million people out of work already, which is the number's probably higher when you think about it, really.
Yeah, it's probably higher.
Yeah,
it is higher. But the conspiracy theories are coming up, like the Wi-Fi, what is it, 5G network, the start of this whole thing.
Listen, bro.
I don't know, like if you really think about it, like it's just constantly, not even the media, not just the media. I'm talking about like Instagram, social media too. It's just all these type of conspiracy theories, and then there's people that believe it.
But the thing is, like we have a lot of like big networks on social media now. It's not just people just making stuff like up anymore. It's media people that now own big, huge sites like Complex or name any other fucking media site where they own big platforms on these sites, right? And then they promote one kind of thought, and that kind of thought gets to the masses, and the masses push those thoughts even further. No one's watching TV. Well, I mean, they probably watch TV now, but to me, I think that's what it is. I think I mean, because right now this is the most the most attention the media has gotten all year. If they're not covering Trump, can't have to cover this because they would fucking die.
I don't know, maybe because maybe I'm shielded because I don't really follow Complex. I don't really follow any media outlet on Instagram other than people that I follow.
Oh,
So
but
like,
you send me fucking links like there's a short supply of condoms.
because I was watching a podcast and I was watching The Brilliant Idiots, and they were like, "There's a source supply of condoms." So I googled it because I was curious. That was true, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's a source supply of
Yeah,
condoms."
there's gonna be a whole bunch of quarantine babies next year.
I was like, "Damn, what the fuck?"
That's gonna be
So,
funny. You gotta explain to your kid, yeah, I'll stalk your mom all day. That's how you got here.
actually, I have a question for you that I've been thinking about.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, so in my new job, I just have a lot of free time, right? And so the job that I work for is an essential business.
Okay.
That means that those are the only jobs that are allowed to work in time like this. For those that don't know, even though it's an essential business, there's a lot of guys, there's a lot of people that are not working anymore because they either are getting sick or they either are lying that they're getting sick, but they're not working. So that
Okay.
business is looking for other people.
Mhm.
So my thing is that I was trying to put on 2 people onto the job,
Mhm.
and they just didn't want it because of what's going on right now. And my whole thought process was, I get it that you were worried about your health because it's understandable. This is something serious. This is not fake.
Mhm.
But if you can get a massive upgrade on the job that you have right now to move forward, because like you said, this is gonna move. It's gonna pass over eventually.
Yeah.
So
Well.
so if you can have a massive upgrade on your income by the time all this shit is over, why wouldn't you take it? Because
I mean. Okay. I'll let you finish what you're about to say. That's
yeah,
it.
'cause- yeah, it's like, okay, like how much were we working making at just that? But yeah, I was like, I know how much you make. I know what you're trying to do. This job is not the perfect job, right? I know
I'll
this
show
is
you.
not
You can see my shorts. I want you to see my shorts. Fuck.
no,
Fuck.
bro. Someone's gonna
Fuck.
be tight that you're already showing fucking shorts. But anyways,
Well, you wearing gray shorts? Oh my god.
like I was saying, it's like
Dick.
if you can get a job that can help you get
Hold
what
on.
it can help you pursue what you want, why wouldn't you take it? That's basically it. Like, why wouldn't you?
Okay. Okay. I look like this, right? The thing with this disease is it's highly infectious, right?
Hmm.
Oh, by the way, I have like 11 questions set up already for later on, probably at the end of the
Yay,
podcast.
yay.
But it's highly infectious. So let's say you don't really get sick, but you go home, right? And you get everyone there sick, and those people go
Mhm.
outside, and they get into contact sick. It's a domino effect. I tell you about the pond. I forgot what it's called, but essentially, like think of it like a pond. You got one lily pad, and every day the lily pads multiply exponentially. Exponentially means they double basically each time you see them, right? The question would be, when does the pond become full, right? And the answer would be it became full yesterday, because yesterday half the people had it. The next day the whole pond has it. That's what
Mhm.
exponentially would mean. If half the pond is really lily pads, the next day the whole pond is lily pads.
Mhm.
Right? It's the same thing with a disease. That's why they're keeping everybody home, so you can flatten the curve. Because if you go outside and you touch someone, it's the pond theory. Like, is it going to keep growing? It won't
Mhm.
stop. Right. So it's like, at what point do we reach the peak and when it start dropping off? Right now, like what? America has 200,000 cases of corona right now.
So
Two
you
hundred
think
thousand. That's more people. And like imagine all the towns. How many towns you can fill with people like that infected? You know.
so you think because of that people are just too scared
I
to
don't
take
think
it?
it's too scared. They're cautious. I think rightfully so.
I mean, I'm using protection. It's not like I'm going over there fucking touching everybody. Like I'm
Yeah.
using my
So,
mask. I'm using
but
gloves. I got everything.
you have to be aware that every time you step outside, you risk the chance of coming back home and fucking your mom, and fucking your brother, baby sister, and you have your grandmother,
No, it's not here. It's in the R.
uh, your aunt.
Yeah.
You have your aunt and your cousin in that house, right? So you have the potential. If you just count you and the people inside your house, you have the potential of what, infecting like 5, 6 people.
Hmm.
So that's a chance that you're taking.
I guess that's a chance that
So
they're not willing to take.
Yeah, it depends on the person. Are you willing to risk? It sounds fucked up if I say like this. Are you willing to risk your family? Apparently, you are for money.
I don't see it for money. I see it as moving forward. Like I see, having a step ahead of the rest. Because let's just say that I would have stayed, would stood in the other job that I had before, right? Like they're paying their workers for them to stay at home.
Okay.
But I'm not getting the money off of that. But
Yeah.
right now in this job, I'm working 6 hours and they pay me for 8. They're giving me a temporary raise for doing what I gotta do. And with that money that I got, I can invest on the business that I want to create. It's either my YouTube channel, the podcast, photography. That I'm gonna need money for photography. Photography is expensive. Anyone that knows about photography, videography is fucking expensive. You
Yeah.
need equipment. So the way I see it is just like, well, this is a risk that it has to be done. You're not gonna succeed anything in life by not risking anything.
Yeah.
So I just say it as being 2 steps ahead. By the time everybody's done with this shit, I'm already ahead of everybody else for risking it. And again, I'm not going out
Sure.
there fucking touching people.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I'm not going out there fucking touching people. Like I am doing what I gotta do. I'm taking my precautions. You know what I mean? Like I am hitting the warnings. So it's just like, bro, if you can, by the end of all of this, I'm gonna be in a better place than I ever was. Why? I guess I understand where they're coming from. It's like, yeah, you can affect your family, but it's just like, fuck, bro. You gotta risk something. You're just gonna stay chilling for 2 months.
How's how is how's your family dealing with it? How are they dealing with?
Fucking. The only people that go out is me and my mom. What the fuck? What do you have? Is that your phone?
Nah, not my laptop.
Uh, nah, but
I
it's
found
only my
I found
mom.
the soundboard and I had Veronica send me the Corona Time song. I knew she would
Well,
have it. She's Mexican, you know.
of course, Mexicans. What are they with? No,
Uh,
but it's only me and my mom that go out, and we come back early because it's only 6 hours. That shit flies. So no, so yeah, it's like everyone earlier than that, everyone's at home. I take my precautions. I do what I gotta do.
okay.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think that you should. I don't know. I just feel like if you got the opportunity to move ahead in life,
Amen.
uh,
Amen. Amen.
you should fucking do it. After.
I hear. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
So, all right. What other questions you had?
You want to go through questions already?
You want to talk about something else?
Important question. Important question.
What's
Scale of
up?
1 to 10. Scale of 1 to 10. You know, how much do you miss me?
I knew he was gonna go with there. I knew he was gonna go there. I knew he was gonna go there. I'm gonna give you a Veronica, like last time. Give you a Veronica.
What's that?
Veronica.
You give me a Veronica.
Yeah.
You miss me like a Veronica.
Yeah. So how much you miss Veronica from 1 to 10? That's your answer. Oh, I can't wait. I hope she's watching. I got you, sis. I got you, sis.
Don't got you, sis. I've been talking to you. Don't make me got you, sis, when Andrea's there right now.
She can't hear you. She can't hear you.
Don't make me got you, sis, right now.
This is soundproof, baby. Soundproof. I don't hear anything outside. Oh, you want to talk about celebrities? Celebrities, listen. Celebrities really gotta mind their business. They gotta just shut up in
What do you
times
mean?
like this. So, for those who don't know, some celebrities have been posting videos of them singing and telling other people to stay home. But it's just like, bitch, you're telling me to stay home. You have a backyard with a fucking Five Guys, Starbucks, a pool, and you're like, yo, Kylie Jenner was like, yo, the coronavirus is actually real. I'm like, no shit, bitch. What the fuck? Where are you?
But, okay. In fairness to someone like Kylie Jenner, because she's like around our age, she hasn't gone through nothing in life. You know, like this crazy. You know,
No,
it's not just and it's not just her. There's a lot of people around our age. They're like, oh my God, this thing's actually crazy. I'm sure your mom was the same way.
yeah, but
Oh my
I'm
God,
not.
this is
But
crazy.
I mean, I know it's just crazy, but she said it in a way like 2 days ago. It's like, oh, this is the coronavirus is real, and it's like, bitch, this shit has been real for like the past 3 weeks. Or like Gal Gadot, the Wonder Woman actress, she
Oh
was
yeah,
singing the
that
song.
that whole song shit.
I was like, "There's no heaven."
Oh
You
my
know what's
god.
crazy? If you look at the comments, the first half is all like check marks. There's people supporting her, but it's other famous people.
Yeah.
And when you go down, you scroll down, you see all the normal people fucking saying like, "Yo, bro, this is insensitive, this and that." Like it shows a little disparity there with between like famous people and just normal people. Like,
Wait. But what about the fact that the greatest rapper of all time has finally been released from prison?
yo, shut up.
He has been released from prison.
Stupid. I'm not gonna let you get the
The
chance.
Takashi is out. I'm not sure.
Uh,
I'm not sure if it's real, but there was a post on Instagram about someone snitching and shit like that, and he commented like, "Oh, I'm gonna be right there." I'm like, this guy is troll. You know, he gained 700,000 followers when he got out. He gained 700,000 Instagram followers. I wish I had 700 fucking thousand Instagram followers to sell shit to.
that's crazy. I don't know, bro.
Off of just being released.
You think he'll get killed because he snitched?
Do I
You
think he's
think?
gonna get killed? No.
Because I don't listen. I'm not a hood
Listen,
nigga.
people talk shit all the fucking time, right? He isn't a Biggie or fucking
Nas,
Tupac.
something like that.
Right? He's not that guy, right? He
So
used
it's
imagery to make himself big and shit like that, of like
mhm.
gangster rap and all this shit, but so has most of the rappers.
Okay. So
Right?
teach a young person that doesn't know anything about the hood. Is there any consequences by snitching?
Oh yeah, that's kind of fun. You'll be fine in a dumpster if you like snitch on the wrong person.
So
I
don't
think
you think
it's
that's gonna happen to him?
no. I
You
don't
think
think
he's
it's
too
gonna happen to
famous?
him because I think not that he's just too famous. To me is this right? I mean, okay, let me say he could get touched. I think he shouldn't, even though
Hmm.
I'm from the hood. I think that the people that he snitched on were trying to kill him.
Hmm.
I mean, that's what it looks like to me. These people kidnapped him,
Hmm.
right? They fucked his baby mama, and they tried to get him, right? So when he
Baby
got
mamas.
kidnapped, he was like, "Yo, I know who the niggas are. Excuse me, I know who the guys are.
Hmm.
So why the fuck would I keep them around me if I know who set me up?" So that's what
Yeah.
happened. They set him up, and he said, "Fuck it, I'm not giving you guys no more money. That's it for you guys." After he does all that shit, the feds already watching the text messages. They was monitoring everything, and they was already setting him up to kill him. Oh, you don't want to pay us no more
Yeah.
money? We're gonna get you. He wasn't really part of that gang until he became famous. Like, he
Hmm.
was rapping it like Treyway, all this shit, and blah blah blah. But he wasn't really part of it. They looked at him like a clown until he got money. So he got money. They used him to get more money. That's fine. By all means, a sucker's gonna get licked. That's a known. If you a sucker, like you can't get mad if you get licked. Thing is, he cut that shit off. Like, nah, fuck that. He had a Breakfast Club interview where he was like, nah, they're not gonna touch me no more because whatever. And so whatever happens, that he goes to the hotel room. I think it's the next day, and the feds contact him. And they told him, stay inside the hotel room because your life's in danger.
Hmm.
And he goes, fuck that, and he leaves. Now the feds contact you. They have something on you already. They like
Yeah.
they're not there to be cute and pretty. They let him know, yo, you leave this fucking place, you're gonna get arrested. Takashi left the fucking place. He got arrested, and all the other goons got arrested. Right? And then they showed him evidence of these people trying to kill you. He couldn't confirm they were trying to kill him before, but with the feds, they confirmed they was trying to kill him.
Hmm.
Right? I think the issue with it is that um he also snitched on people that didn't have anything to do with it. Like, he snitched on the rappers inside the game and shit like that. That's where the issue comes. That's where the issue comes from. He was snitching on people that's in the rap game. I don't think no one from that gang can really touch him. In my personal opinion. I mean, anyone can get touched. Yeah, I mean, anyone can get touched, but it's also like, you know, you kind of whack to touch him. I mean, I understand if like a rapper wants to touch him, makes sense
Yeah.
by all means. The gangs are gonna want to touch him, and I get it too. But
Mhm.
you know, a lot of things like how a lot of social media is. Once people jump on the bandwagon, they just keep attacking. And I do believe that if your life's in danger of a group of people trying to kill you, you know,
Why wouldn't you snitch?
you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. You know, you're
Yeah.
all locked up. You got a baby girl and everything. You just had a kid,
Wasn't that girl that got fucked?
huh?
Wasn't that girl that got fucked by the gang?
Yeah,
I mean,
she got fucked by the gang.
he better ask for a paternity test, just like Drake.
Nah, they had a kid before that. They ended up fucking her after the whole thing.
Oh shit. Oh, whatever. I mean, I guess he wouldn't get touched. It's just he talks a lot of shit. I mean, he trolls a lot, so hopefully he doesn't, do anything stupid, trying to be like all tough and shit, and then clock.
He's funny. That's I think he's gonna make it. He's a funny guy. Oh,
Love.
we can speak about the Mandalorian now.
What you think
What
about
do
it?
you love about it?
I love, although I love the setting. That is,
Yeah, okay, I like that.
I like the setting. I like the character. I
It
like
feels
the.
very it feels very Star Wars. I
I
like the characters and all
love
that. Yeah, I like that.
the CGI and special effects. Spot on. Spot
Mhm.
on.
Mhm.
Um, I like that the story's simple, but by simple premise it works. It's a simple premise, only 8 episodes. You
Mhm.
understand it like that. I love it that you talk about the Mandalorians and about their culture because that's something that's not really explored.
Yeah.
Um, I like the little hints that they give because one of the things that a lot of people kind of misunderstand is that they believe that the universe is not small, like it's big. So
Yeah.
that's why some people don't believe the Jedi exist. This is a big universe. So in the Mandalorians, there's an episode where she's talking about how, oh, there's this like wizards that use what is like swords and stuff, and they fight our kind a long time ago. And I understood that was the reference. That was the Mandalorian Wars, but I was like Old Republic type stuff. But like I understood that reference. So it's like I like that it makes the universe seems big. I like that it also talks about what happened to the Empire, like after the Return of the Jedi. It was like they scattered, they didn't disappear, they scattered, and it's just
Wait,
like
hold on. I'm sorry, I gotta cut you off. Nadia, a 4-year-old Malaysian tiger at the Bronx Zoo in New York tested positive for coronavirus. This is the first known instance of a tiger being infected.
I don't know what to think. I mean, gotta kill the
That's
fucking
wild.
tiger.
A tiger at the Bronx Zoo says,
I mean, well,
he said
shit.
the USDA said only one tiger has tested, but several other lions and tigers at the zoo show symptoms of respiratory illness.
I mean, I don't know what to think. I mean, gotta cure it, or unless they're trying to kill it. But if they kill it, that's gonna be a bigger deal than anything else. People will freak out.
6 other big cats are exhibiting symptoms of consistent with the illness.
Well, shit.
Hold up. How can a fucking tiger get tested before people?
No, if people got tested, it's probably like
Had an extra test for a cat?
this. It's probably like just checking on them because I bet the zoos are closed. The zoos, right? They're
Yeah, the
closed,
zoos are closed.
so
So
they're probably just,
how the fuck did they get a test to a cat?
they're probably just checking on them, making sure everything is okay with them.
Well, why
Or like
can't
that.
outside the, huh? Why
Not
can't
only
people
them.
outside the house cells get whatever?
No, because you can get a test for the coronavirus mailed to you.
You
I
can get
think
it mailed to you?
yeah, you can get mailed to you.
I didn't know that shit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to have the coronavirus, so I don't want to be tested. So yeah, you can get tested. So I don't know. They're just checking on the animals, and boom.
So is there something like human to cat pass it the disease. So how many other people might have it then?
They probably just test whoever was near the tiger, and then maybe whoever was. Oh, that's a good. Yeah, whoever the fuck was near the tiger probably has it. Because I mean, how far this freaking corona travels? Like, you can shoot that shit at people like a weapon.
I mean, it has like a big range.
Radius?
Yeah.
Jesus fuck. Can you imagine? You know, I was thinking the other day, like, if I ever got robbed, I just start coughing. Like, oh shit. All right, not funny. Nah, fuck you. Okay.
Wait, what happened? What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I just said if I was ever robbed, I could just start coughing and just be like, I got the corona. That could be a weapon.
Hold on, I got you. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I got you right now, bro.
Fuck you. I thought you were looking something up. Failed me.
All right, let's get into the questions.
Just shoot
All
the
right.
questions. Keep in mind that I am not knowledgeable in this corona shit, so all my opinions are my opinions, and they're not relevant. Just in case people get salty.
Yeah, these are just our thoughts, our opinions. If you have
Not
other opinions or other thoughts, you're fucking wrong. I'm joking. I'm not. I am.
I'm not a doctor,
Joking.
by the way. I'm just a
Joking.
photographer. Just in case.
I am your father, and you will listen to me.
This guy.
Questions about COVID-19 and some other stuff. What are your thoughts on the coronavirus? / do you think people are overreacting? From James. I think James is from Kentucky. So
You first.
you can go.
No, I don't think they're overreacting. I think that some people are taking it, to the next fucking level, wearing like suits and shit. I feel like it's a little bit too fucking extreme.
Hazmat suits.
Yeah, hazmat suits. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, seriously, I thought it was too extreme. But I guess you drinking
You
freaking
think that's
pineapple tea.
overreacting? You think that's overreacting compared to you just fucking going outside working?
How is me outside working overreacting?
It might be underreacting. Ooh.
Well,
Bonus question.
not if I am using that necessary precautions that I am wearing the gloves, wearing the mask, the N95 mask. I have sanitizer. What is it? Lysol wipes. I basically have everything I need. On top of that, regardless if this shit is on or not, the coronavirus, you still gotta pay bills, bro. You still gotta pay shit. So if you're not working, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Okay, that is Jose's answer.
That was not my
Question
answer.
What?
That was my answer to the other question you asked me. If I was underreacting.
So what are your thoughts on it?
No, I don't think people are overreacting. I think sometimes the media can push a little bit too far by showing like body bags and like
Yeah.
that they're burning. Because one of the stories that the media is pushing is that if your family member gets sick, they will quarantine them, and you're not allowed to see them because obviously they have the coronavirus. And if they die, they're just gonna incinerate. They're just gonna like burn them, and you just gonna get a note. Yeah, incinerate.
Or the cremation.
Yeah. So
I mean,
I don't
that
think.
sounds like a decent precaution. Do you think China should be reprimanded for lying to the public about COVID-19? This is from Noe.
They probably should, but they won't.
Listen, Noe. China has destroyed the world economy. China right now is responsible for 300,000 cases in America, but over a couple thousand deaths across the world. Right?
Mhm.
We're about to have more deaths than we had during 9/11. We're about to have more deaths, or we probably do have more deaths. I can't confirm, because like there's certain places that like they don't have the capacity to test like America's testing. I saw some video of some lady talking about that because I guess they trying to do some they trying to do testing about some drugs out there in Africa, and she's like, we're not guinea pigs and stuff like that, and they're like, America has like 300,000 cases, Spain has this many cases, Italy has this many cases. The only place in Africa that has cases is down south. I'm like, you don't have the capacity to test. If you had the capacity to test, you would know how many people actually have it. Like, how many tests has been administered in fucking Africa? Probably not that many. There's not like a centralized government for the entire continent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the places with the strongest government is down south, and they have the most cases. I don't think it's a stretch to say if a fucking cat can get infected, that a lot of Africans in Africa is not infected. That's just that kind of thinking is so. It's America defending ourselves as much as we could against China. Like as soon as we found out whatever happened, borders were cut off, and we still have 300,000 cases in America. Africa is much closer to China than America is. Italy and Spain right now have the most cases in the fucking world, and they're much closer to Africa than America is. Do you really believe a place that's run by Ebola doesn't have cases of coronavirus that much rampant in their country? I was speaking to my girl about this too. In Mexico, didn't have that many. There's not that many like cases that are known. But I'm also talking like there's not a strong enough government there to administer the test. So how the fuck would you even know? I'm like that's the scary thing about this disease is that a lot of places we do not know how many people that have it there. What's gonna have to happen is that every government across the world is gonna have to put together their money to make the test easier to get, and they have to administer it across billions and billions and billions of people. If not that, they need to find a vaccine and still administer that across billions of people. You know how expensive that shit is gonna be? We're talking trillions of dollars. And people are using this as some type of political. I think this goes back to the media. People are using this as some type of political thing, like, oh, if Bernie wins, like one of Veronica's friends, Christine, asked me. I didn't add it to the questions because I thought it was a really stupid. Not stupid. I don't want to say stupid. I think that it's a non-informed question. She basically said that we should, if we had Bernie Sanders' form of healthcare, that we would be good. No, we wouldn't. The issue isn't the healthcare system. It's we didn't have enough supplies. We're not talking 1,000 people. We're almost at 500,000 people infected. It's not 500,000 fucking hospitals in America. You know, we're talking about almost 500,000 people infected. We don't have 500,000 respirators in America. We don't have all these supplies. It's not that we weren't prepared. It's that you can't prepare for a pandemic that destroys the world. You know what I'm saying?
No, we were not prepared.
Right? That's the equivalent of saying if a meteor fucking fell from space and landed here, you're gonna bitch about the government not being able to protect you? Who predicts a meteor? Sure, we have NASA that can see the shit, but it's like, how the fuck do you stop that? You can't stop it.
Yeah.
What you need to do, you need to slow it down until you come up with a solution, and that's what the government's trying to do now. Slow it down, slow the spread as much as fucking humanly possible, so that when you flatten out the curve, we're expecting to see a peak sometime end of April, where we're expecting the peak of the outbreak to be, and it's gonna start dipping after that, right? So right now it's going up because we're testing a lot. We're testing a fuck ton of people. We're making a lot of fucking tests, and we're making it cheaper and cheaper as possible. A lot of the private sector people like General Motors are using their facilities to make respirators just like that. So the same people bitching about how capitalist and it's the worst thing in the world. These major companies are helping produce the systems we need to cure the fucking world. So it's like, I don't know, bro. Like a lot of people, they're so caught up with their political ideology, they won't take time out of the fucking day to just look at what the issue is. And it's not, I don't want to talk about fucking Trump and shit like that, but.
So should they get what is it called?
Should they be fucking yeah?
You think they would?
I'm not saying take them to fucking war. I'm saying everyone inside the fucking world cut their market from China like we did before.
You think that's gonna happen? Because I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I think that's what should happen.
Yeah, I agree. That's what should happen, but I know it's not gonna
That's the
happen
thing.
because we have too much invested in them. And it's the same shit that happened with the NBA and China like a few months back.
Yeah, with you with Houston, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
bro. You
like
got there's too many companies in New York are just trying to dick suckers, bro. Honestly.
because even all these guys in the NBA that were talking about how they love equality, all this shit. As soon as their pockets started hurting, it was like, oh, we gotta watch ourselves before we talk about China,
Yeah, bro. You can't. If you're in the NBA, you can't say the word Taiwan. You know that? Trying to
bro. It's
take away
crazy.
the money because
I'm telling you
Taiwan is not Taiwan. It's part of China. Like, come on, bro.
because
Suck my dick.
that's what happens, bro. All these people talking about how they love equality, all this. Their true colors show when they have something to lose. That's the same shit happened with LeBron, bro. LeBron always talking about equality. As soon as something happened with China, he was like, "Nah, bro, we shouldn't really talk about that because people get hurt spiritually." Fucking mean spiritually.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. I don't listen to bro. Eminem is my favorite rapper of all time. This guy's a god to me.
Hmm.
That Revival album when he started talking about his political views, I don't want to hear none of that shit. I don't
Hmm.
want to hear politics of celebrities at all.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I do not want to hear it. Like
Eh,
you cannot tell me you can't tell me about immigration. You live in a gated community. I don't want to hear it. Shut the fuck up. Don't talk to
It's
me
like
about gun violence. Don't talk to me about gun violence if you have armed security around you 24 fucking 7. I love Eminem to death, bro. But I'm not listening to him for fucking any advice on politics. He can have his viewpoint, by all means. Anyone can have their viewpoint, and they can share it through whatever medium they want to. But I really hate when celebrities put like they're trying to preach to you about something they don't know. Like who is now fucking what's this girl's name? Coronavirus. What's this girl's name? Cardi B.
Cardi.
I am not listening to
To
Cardi B
Cardi B.
for political advice, bro.
It's true. But
She used to drug men and steal from them, and then she
when
tells me to
she,
vote for Bernie. And then she tells me to vote for Bernie Sanders. You think I'm listening to that girl?
I don't know, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
You think I'm voting for the guy that literally had a fucking what's it called? His honeymoon in the Soviet Union?
You can't do that. Not because of that. You're doing
No,
you're
hold
doing
on,
cancel
hold on, hold on,
culture.
hold
You're
on, hold
doing
on.
cancel culture.
Wait, this no. This isn't. I'm not talking about Russia. This is Soviet Union. You muted yourself. I can't hear you.
Fuck, I was muting myself the whole fucking time. Well, let's face it. But I was saying that's not a valid reason for you should vote. You shouldn't vote for him because he was had a honeymoon in Soviet Russia. You're doing cancel culture.
No,
That's like
I
that's
think
like if.
I can continue. I can continue.
All right, go.
On all things he supports. He supports basic dictators.
Mhm.
With Castro.
Mhm.
With his manager, the manager for his whole campaign was talking about you know what the Gulag Charge are?
No.
Think of them like Germany when Germany did it to the Jews, put them inside showers
Mhm.
and camp. Same exact thing, but Russia. And his manager for the whole thing was basically saying Gulag showers weren't even that bad. There's a book about the Gulag Archipelago from a Russian author talking about how horrible it was. And the thing
Yeah.
is, we also have
But he didn't say all those things, right? It was not him. It was a manager.
it wasn't him. But okay,
Yeah, but
I'm
you're doing the same. You're doing the thing is that you're doing the same thing that a lot of people do with Trump. A lot of people say, "Well, Trump is racist for the things that he said at the beginning of the campaign," and now you're saying like, "Oh, well, he had a honeymoon in Soviet Russia." Like that's cancel culture. He had a honeymoon in Russia how many years ago? Are those his
yeah, America.
views?
I'm not, yeah, his views are still fucking
I don't think they're
um
communist views. I don't think they're communist
I
views.
think they're socialist views. And what you call it when the Soviet Union was placed, it was a socialist agenda. I mean, we see socialism now in the world. Do you want
But
do you want to move to do you want to move to Venezuela? Answer
I
me.
don't want to move to Venezuela. I don't want to move to Venezuela, but I don't think he's
Would
a
would you
pure
move would you
social.
move this would you move to Venezuela? America's gone. Would you move to Venezuela? Socialist
No,
country. They're
I
starving.
don't. I don't know where I don't know where I moved.
Right? Things we have proof of these kind of things already. We know what happens to socialist countries, and the countries he used as a idea of for socialism, like the Scandinavian countries, we support them
Hmm.
economically.
Hmm.
So it's like, well, sure, they have a socialist country, but we give them fucking money to survive.
Okay, I listen. I need to do more research into that, but I'm saying that the whole him honeymoon in Soviet Russia and what his partner said
I hit
is
you with
not
one
a
more
valid
question.
reason.
I hit you with one more question.
Go.
Russia tried socialism. 20,
Hmm.
20 something million people died. Uh, China did socialism. I think about 100 million people died. So
Hmm.
we have about at least 100 million plus people dying from this ideology of government. Do you want to risk it in America?
But I don't think he's trying to turn America into a socialist country.
I don't think he would. I don't think he would turn America into a social country. I
Yeah,
think there's a lot of checks and balances to stop him.
yeah, but I don't think that's his
I'm
goal.
not. I'm
I
not
never thought
one of
that
the
was his
hacks.
goal.
I'm not one of the hacks that believe that that I'm not one of the hacks that believe that if he becomes president, then the whole country is going to change.
Hmm.
The issue is when an idea is planted as a normal thing, then it becomes a problem because that's where it starts with him. We don't know where it ends, and that's a real big fear. I give you another. I hit you with something else. The whole fact, the idea of canceling student debt.
Hmm.
You agree with that?
Yeah,
Why?
because those not just canceling human debt. What is it? Not canceling student debt, but I believe that students, they're our future. These kids are our future, so we should do our best to make sure they're educated. So
Okay.
I don't mind
So why
supporting.
not? So why not cancel housing debt or credit card debt or any kind of debt?
I think that's different
How's it different?
because we're preparing our kids for the future. We want our kids.
You're not preparing them for shit if they can't even afford to pay a bill.
Wait, I don't correlate.
If they can't learn a way to pay for a bill that they
Hmm.
agreed to pay for in the first place,
Hmm.
how are they going to function in the world? You're taking away problems from them. That's not adding solutions. That's not a solution to the
I
problem.
don't think it's that straightforward. I don't believe it's
It
that
is
straightforward.
it is that straightforward, bro. What the idea is this?
Hmm.
It's a private business. It's
Hmm.
a private business, and you agree to pay this business this amount of money, and someone is gonna say, no, fuck it. You don't have to pay this amount of money because I'm the president of the United States now. It
So
doesn't it
what's
doesn't matter under what criteria. It's the simple fact of a private business. You're getting their services. Now you're robbing them.
okay? So how about just public schools? Because that's just that you used to have to pay for that. Now that's just free. Why
Yeah,
can't you see that being done for colleges in the future? Because you're a big proponent on education.
yeah. I am a big component on education.
Then why wouldn't you see what you can do and try to help students through this time?
I
How to give them
I
free
would agree with
education?
this. I would agree with this. Right. And I think this is the fairest way. I would agree on the government paying off all those student loans, and every student that gets their loan paid for has to pay taxes extra for the rest of their fucking lives to pay off for those taxes.
Hmm.
That's fair. It's your it's your
I
it's,
think there's
it's
a.
your it's your fucking money because
Mhm.
what's gonna happen is that for all those student loans it's either one or two ways. You either rob the private businesses of all the money that they're rightfully owed, or two, you force every American in the fucking country to pay for people they don't even fucking know, which is retarded.
Sam, but
Excuse me.
we do that all the time with public
No,
education right now. We do that all the time
okay,
with
but it's but
security
it's
for the
it's
cops. We do
it's
that all the
separated
time.
it's separated with states. It's separated by states.
Okay, even if it states, why can't you see that being done for
It's
students and education? I believe that it's the same thing.
it's not the
I
same
be,
thing. One
I be,
one one first one group of people are fucking adults.
okay, but okay, that's like.
One group of kids are one group of people are kids. That's
Mhm.
one. Another group of people are students. That's one. Two, people in New York aren't paying for people in Texas or people in Colorado or people wherever the fuck they are for their schooling.
Mhm.
It's handled by the states, right?
Mhm.
But now, if you make it a wider market across all of America, now Sally over there is gonna be paying for Andrea's college.
Mhm.
How's that fucking fair? Sally don't fucking know Andrea.
But that's what we do right now, bro. Listen, that even okay, even if you want to do that, I believe that people will do that sacrifice if they can ensure.
I don't believe it.
You even when my mom was here, she freaking agreed that yes, she will do it.
No, she didn't agree because
She agreed.
she
No,
agreed to
what this is what you did. The first time you asked her, do you think it's fair that part of your check goes to education? And I remember very vividly, she said yes. If they're gonna take advantage of it, I would. But then you went to another extreme and you were like, well, if you make $10 and five of that goes to education, will you think that's fair? You went to the
no,
extreme.
that's not
You went
that's
to
not
the
what it is.
extreme. She agreed at the beginning.
I said this is what isn't fair about it, right? Everyone can't afford to pay that tax on for everyone to do the whole thing across the entire country. Everyone can't afford it. Let's not even go to the extreme. Let's say someone makes $100,000 a year, right? Middle class family, and they have five, 6 kids they need to feed. Also have a wife they need to feed. They have a mortgage they need to pay. They have cars they need to pay. And then after paying all that stuff, they really have to pay the state taxes for schooling.
Yes.
Now you're gonna add another tax on them, and we don't know how much is gonna affect them. That now they have to pay for everyone in America to fucking have schooling. That's not fair.
So you also realize that them making over $100,000 does not qualify their kids for school, meaning for colleges. So it doesn't qualify them. They're not gonna get help. They're gonna get shit. So they're gonna have to pay out of pocket for how many years.
That's fair.
After school and shit like that. They're gonna have to pay out of pocket. In this new system, they wouldn't have to. So I think that family will think to themselves, if I have to pay extra taxes, and my 6 kids can go to college and make a better living for themselves, I think they would. I think that if you put like that,
at that point, they're not just paying for their 6 kids.
They're kids, but as a collective, if they know, listen, if this way I ensure that my kids go to college. The
issue is we're not a collective. There's a whole bunch of different cultures in America.
Bro, this is America. We're American citizens. We have to sacrifice for each other. That's what society is. If we're paying for each other alone, then why the fuck we need the cops? I can pay for private security. Why the fuck we need the firefighters? We're doing this as a collective for everybody. That's what they can clean. So they can throw out the trash.
Those are public goods. College is not a public good.
Education. This is education. You're looking at just college is something different. This is education, just like high school. I just don't see it. I think that a lot of parents will make that sacrifice in America if they can ensure that their kids go to college.
You are a child until you're about 18, right? And at that point, you basically can work and pay for whatever the fuck you want to pay for. I think it's fair that from a certain age to a certain age, that's free because you can't pay for that shit. At a certain point, you can't pay for it. Granted, most college students aren't paying for their own college. You know, they have someone else. Excuse me. They have an adult or someone paying for their college. But it doesn't matter. At that point, you're an adult. You can pay for stuff.
Okay, just because you're an adult doesn't mean you have a $100,000 job waiting for you right out of high school.
Correct.
They can't pay for it. Just because you're 18 doesn't mean you get a bonus. You know damn well you can't.
Grants, hold on. So when you take grants and stuff like that, you are investing into the future of a career that eventually you would make enough money to pay off those things. That's a business. That's a business investment.
Correct. But even doctors are still in debt. You know the doctors.
So what?
So I'm saying that even if they get that job, they're still unable to pay all their debt.
It doesn't matter. It's a business. You made an investment.
I understand, but I'm saying hold
on. You made an investment, and you don't want to deal with the consequences. That's what that is.
No, they're dealing with the consequences. It's just like shit. He's our doctor. He's helping us in this time of crisis, and this motherfucker is risking his life, and he has $100,000 in debt waiting for him
because of a decision that he made.
Listen, I just feel that as a collective, as a society, we gotta help each other out. The kids, they're our future. That's a future education. And I do not see it.
When you look for,
I do not see it. I just don't see people not voting for it. I don't see it.
Disagree.
I guess I just don't see it.
Okay. Next question. If the virus originates from China, why is it an issue for it to be called the Chinese virus? Also from Norway. That's not a fucking problem.
I think it has to do with there's certain people that take it to the extreme and they blame Asian people as a whole. Even if you're Korean, that you see that you look Asian, and they fucking want to start a fight with you. Like we've seen stories of like people spitting at them and et cetera, et cetera. So I think it's just other people trying to like change the narrative. Listen, I'm not saying that I disagree that it comes from China. I agree with that. I'm just saying that I'm just trying to put myself in their perspective. Was it
Okay.
being done? So it's like, they're trying to maybe avoid that whole problem because it does happen. I've seen it when I'm in my job. Like I work right now. I mean, I don't know what part of Brooklyn I am, but I see like Asian people being treated a lot differently. Just I don't know, people trying to keep extra distance from them. It's kind of like,
No,
damn,
the racism part of it, like
it's fucked up.
first, I don't think it's a racist statement. It's an accurate statement that happens to involve a group of people, right? Secondly, if anyone's doing bad things to obviously Chinese Americans, that's
Asian
wrong.
Americans in general, Asian Americans.
Okay, Asian Americans, I think that's
Yeah.
wrong, and you should be jailed, and you are scum,
hmm
right? But it's not inaccurate. That's my stance on it. It's not inaccurate.
Yeah, I know it's not inaccurate, but I guess that it's a lot of ignorant people, and they assume China it means every Asian person that
Sure.
looks Asian.
At
So
the extreme, there's always gonna be bad people.
yeah, but I guess it's just people trying to avoid, because even when I was working at the school, like this little Asian kid was speaking being called Corona. Like, damn, bro, he's fucking like 10.
Yeah.
He's already being harassed because of like it's fucked up. I understand why they're trying to avoid calling people that or trying to avoid calling it that. But I mean, I don't disagree with you either. It's like I'm in the middle.
Yeah, I mean it's accurate, but I understand what the issues come from that. Next question is how's the stimulus check going to be taxed? I actually have no idea. This is from Joseph. I have no idea how it's going to be taxed. I mean, based on the numbers, I crunched some numbers. If they take away, I think like an extra like $40 from everyone's check, they basically make the money back within like a year or two. But I'm not sure how it's gonna be taxed. I have no idea.
Wow.
Well, let's get to the next question. Do
Okay,
you
next.
think the government is handling quarantine well? That's from Sarah.
As well as they can. I mean, it's just
What
something they
can you
could.
do? We're a country of free people that's gonna do what the fuck they want.
It's like like even this shit what is it like a complete lockdown? Like I thought the lockdown was gonna happen because everything escalated so quickly for me. But then I started thinking about it, and they just can't do it. They can't because even if they do a lockdown like the way England is doing it, it's like everyone is allowed to go out one time a day for groceries. But then I thought to myself, if everyone goes one time a day, that means that delis, supermarkets have to be open. If supermarkets and delis have to be open, that means that the providers of supplies for them have to be open. So it's just a domino effect. Like they can't close it. They can't.
They can't close the way the world is now. They can't close it. The only thing you can do is like everyone has to get incubated somehow or inoculated, and you catch it and then get out of it.
Oh, you saw the poster? You saw the story?
Sure.
So there's a guy, it's a pastor in a super church. That apparently has like these machines that shoot the coronavirus out of you. I'm not making this up. I swear to God, bro. He bought these $40,000 machines and he put them on the entrance. And when you enter, it shoots the coronavirus out of you.
Is that Andrea's friend?
No.
That's not Andrea's friend.
Who's Andrea's friend? She's talking.
The pastor. Is that Andrea's friend? The pastor.
No. It's some super church in California or some shit.
I know I'm being funny.
Oh. But yes, yeah. I don't know, bro. Super churches.
How long do you think this will last? It's from Anna. I think the whole process is gonna be an over a year process. I don't think we're gonna be quarantined for over a year. I think the quarantine is gonna stop end of April, beginning of May. I think that's when the quarantine is gonna stop. Because it's just like kind of like the flu. I think that it's gonna disappear with the summer, but it's gonna come back during the winter, which is the second scary part. I think the virus is not done. I think it's gonna show back up just like the flu, unless we find a way. Because we have vaccines for the flu, but the flu is here. The flu is not going nowhere, right? Every year, thousands of people still die from the flu, right? I think Corona is basically another flu. It's going to be here for a while. Something that we have to
Yeah, but there's no what is it?
cure.
There's no vaccine. There's no cure for the flu, right? It's just vaccines for it.
There's vaccines, so you can fight it off. I think it's gonna be the same thing with Corona.
I don't know, because my mom has a friend that works at Washington, so he works for the Department of Health, and he basically told her that out of all people, he's the one that's qualified to tell her that if there's a vaccine for it, and he says there's nothing. And then he says that they're predicting that it's going to slow down by September. That's their prediction right now. And that the toughest times is going to be between these next 2 weeks. That's going to be like the highest it's going to get. It's going to be between the next 2 weeks. That's what they're predicting right now. Shit can change but we'll see. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Probably, I guess if I go by him, September, because he's more knowledgeable than I am. So that's my guess.
Why do people need this from Christine? And this is why I say uninformed questions. Why do people need to stay home if they feel healthy?
You're gonna answer it or I answer it? I'll answer it because I feel
I feel like I'll go too
far. Some people are asymptomatic, right? Asymptomatic,
yeah.
Yes. So they'll could carry
Excuse
it.
my accent, people.
Excuse my accent. I don't know how to repeat shit. So basically, you can carry it and you don't even know about it, but you can pass it to other people that have that it's worse for them. That's the short answer of it.
Fix your camera. Too high. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, that's that. You could not know and carrying it and fucking kill people. Silent assassin.
Or just go back to what I was saying to him earlier. He takes the risk every day of infecting 6 people, at least minimum, by just coming back home.
But you know what? Trying to make that money.
I think this is where the conversation kind of changes a little bit. It goes into other topics. Do you think the next generation has to worry about global warming? This from my friend Kiana. You have an answer?
Yeah.
Worry about global warming? No, I don't believe so. I think that I'm not one of the people that believe global warming is a hoax. It's a real thing. But it's like the world's been heating up for the last 1,000 years. And most of it wasn't even due to humans. It's just what's happening. That's just how the world is. We've had the Ice Age. Every couple thousand years, there's a big natural disaster, around the world, naturally with everything that's going on. So the world by itself is doing it to itself. It's destroying itself, it rebuilds itself. You think forest fires happen? Do you think forest fires didn't happen before humans? It happened before humans too. Entire forests disappeared off the face of the earth, and they regrew. Places that are deserts now used to be an ocean, and now they're deserts. This is just the way the world works. I think they should be worried about it. Yeah. But it's like, how do you stop a tsunami? You can't stop earthquakes. You can't stop tsunamis. You can't stop storms. These are just things that people are trying to control now, and by making everything healthy. Let's say we make everything healthy, and a big tsunami still hits and still kills half the people in the world. What are you gonna do then? Let's say we make the world healthy, and no more humans. We don't create any more carbon dioxide in the world. What happens is that more trees grow. We have an abundance of oxygen. We don't know we don't know the effects of what's going to happen to creatures after that. Because the world had an abundance of oxygen before, and those fucking centipedes the size of a fucking football stadium, fucking ginormous. We don't know what happens when we take humans out of the situation. We kind of do because it happened before, but we don't know the long-term effects of making everything healthy. We're not sure if storms get stronger. We're not sure if tsunamis get stronger. We're not sure if natural things just become stronger after the fact. At least I don't know. This is the one thing I'll say. Like, you probably shouldn't listen to me. You should probably do your own research on it. If you're asking for my own personal view, I think the weather and the world has always been turbulent since the beginning of time, and it will continue to be turbulent with or without humans interfering. That's my stance on it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough about global warming for me to say if it's real or not. So I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, it's gonna be a change or not. But I guess pollution that could be is something it's gonna affect us all because now that everyone is inside, all the images have been popping up about how the air is clear and things are showing.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna have an effect. The water being polluted by all this like trash and shit that has an effect on the ocean life. I think that's gonna have an effect, but we'll see. I'm not. I
I
don't
mean
see.
that's a good point. Like having the water dirty and shit like that. That's a good point.
So we'll see.
Okay, this is from Elba. How will the universe eventually end?
I mean, I don't fucking know. I know that we're gonna die anyways because the sun is gonna blow up. It's a little bit dark, isn't it?
It's gonna blow up the Earth, but it's not. We have a pretty small sun in comparison to the rest of the universe.
Yeah, but that sun is still gonna get us. It's gonna pop.
Oh, well, I think dark hole. I think dark hole. We're gonna have one that's too big and nothing can escape from it. That's it.
Unless we go to Mars. Can we survive if we go to Mars? Are we far enough at Mars?
I'm talking about the universe, not the fucking Earth.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't know how the fuck it's gonna end. We're gonna
No,
die before we even see
be
it.
serious. My answer is dark hole. Dark holes seem to be pretty fucking powerful. The most fastest thing we know in the world is light, and that shit absorbs light. That's it.
Alright, so this is Elba. Yo, let's everyone out here. Let's go to Don Miguelo at 9. Everyone has to tune in. This is Dominican Nation. You wanna be entertained until everything is over? Don Miguelo 9, 0 to 10, representing.
Wait, what the fuck is that? I don't even know what that is.
You know what the fuck is that? Okay, I'm gonna send you a link at 9.
Okay. Next question by my boy Javon. He said, "Is rap trash, or am I just getting old?"
I don't know enough about rap to have an opinion, so you go ahead.
I don't think it's trash. I think that like every genre of music has their people, right? Like when you think about 2000s rap, sure we had Lil Wayne, we had Jay-Z, or 90s as well, Nas and all these people. But all those people became trash people too. We had like Crunk. Remember Crunk?
No, who the fuck's
Yeah,
Crunk?
yeah.
Oh, that's Crunk. Yeah. What happened to him?
With people dancing like,
What happened to him?
I don't fucking know, bro. People were just every generation of music, it always gets watered down. It always gets watered down. You got jazz, you got rock. You know how we had Bohemian Rhapsody, or Queen, excuse me. We had Queen, and somehow we ended at, I don't fucking know. Insert Paramore. I like Paramore, but we know where we started at, and we see where we got. I think every genre of music gets watered down so it can be easier for everyone to do it. Like no one's playing Mozart anymore. You hear pianos in rap songs, you're not hearing Mozart level fucking piano in there anymore. You're hearing simple melodies. Like that's just the way people always are. When people find a tool in every specific thing in life, when people find a great tool, they just want to make that tool better and better and better, so it's easier for people to use.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we got mumble rapping now. That's fun, I guess. I mean,
Sure,
I really
but some mumble rappers can actually rap.
like.
Let's see.
Keep in mind, I don't know anything about rap, so I'm asking.
I'm a
Just
fan of
kidding.
Takeoff. Takeoff can rap.
Yeah, I have no.
He can
Oh,
rap. I'm okay. Think about gangster music. People used to think gangster music was the worst shit in the world. Like, outside of hood niggas, excuse me, outside of hood people. I gotta stop saying that word. At least on the podcast. Outside of hood people, anyone that heard that shit, they thought shit was trash. Gangster people is, I pull up my 9 and bang bang bang. Like, come on, like that kind of stuff has been in rap since the beginning.
mm-hmm.
That hasn't left. It was in trap. It was in the rap that he loves. Even some of his favorite artists. Lil Wayne. Come on. You don't think Lil Wayne had gun bars or fucking hose bars or doing any of these kind of thing bars or have all this money? That's just a part of rap. And people are just better at it. I think the content hasn't really changed that much. Just people in it has. Let's see. I think we have a final question for me. Actually, how much sex is too much sex?
It's for you. Go ahead.
I'm asking you.
Fuck. I mean, I think it's essential for a healthy relationship.
Oh, yeah, sure. I
You
agree.
need to
How
let it
much is too
out.
much?
Too much. I mean, I guess if that's all you're doing all day, eventually the other person is gonna ask, why the fuck we all? That's all we do. That's all we fucking do. I wanna go out. I wanna fucking go out.
I'll say when at least for males, when your dick starts pulling out air, the ball's empty. It's just going. That's all it's going. It's doing the pop sound.
Or like when you just can't finish. You're just going
Yeah,
for
like
like
it
30
just
minutes.
hurts to it just hurts to finish anymore.
It just hurts to finish. It's just like
Yeah, bro. After like round 3 or 4, I'm tapping out. I'm like, Jesus Christ,
I'm like
my dick is sore.
like, are you satisfied? You're
I'm
done?
brown. I'm brown. My dick should be turning red.
Like, are you satisfied? You're done?